Chapter 3.2 The Repair of Importances. The Governor. Before we go into Level 2, I'd like to introduce you to the Governor. Editor's note. A governor is a mechanical device that controls the speed of a machine. In this text hereafter it is always referred to by the phrase, repair of importances. End note. The repair of importances is a simple exercise that will stay with you during the rest of your solo work. The response to this exercise also determines whether or not it's safe for a person to undertake Level 2, or will require to complete Level 1 first. People who fail the test, yet who insist upon continuing with Level 2, do so entirely at their own risk. I can only warn you of the dangers, not insist that you abide by my warning. If you successfully pass the test, the governor will always get you out of any difficulties the exercises may get you into. However, only a person who doesn't need Level 1 can make the governor work for them, and so has this guarantee. I trust I've made my point. A person, becoming more and more enmeshed in the compulsive playing of games, and their accompanying importances, first becomes surrounded with them, and then by contagion, believes that he needs them. Thus he is in the frame of mind of needing to be surrounded by importances. As that which is considered important tends to persist and become more solid, we find the being in the state of actually believing that he needs to be surrounded by mass and solidity. However, it's the importance he craves, not the mass and solidity associated with it. This soon reaches the point where he feels bad if this mass begins to vanish. Left to himself, he solves any scarcity by pulling in around himself more old mental masses. As these old mental masses also contain various unpleasant pains and sensations, etc., he will pull in upon himself these things, in order to be surrounded by the accompanying mass. It's an incredible mechanism, and explains so much of life. For example, the problems and solutions phenomena. The being gets to the stage where he literally cannot afford to solve a problem without first ensuring that his solution will create a larger problem for him than the original problem. He always likes to be on the safe side, and be sure that his importance quotient doesn't diminish. His life becomes like one of those old Laurel and Hardy films where, in endeavoring to solve a simple problem, a larger one is created, and in trying to solve that, it gets progressively worse. The audience would curl up in laughter at their antics, then promptly go home and do much the same things themselves. I wonder how many wives have regretted asking their husbands to replace a tap washer in a faucet, as they stood viewing the smoking ruins of the family home. The exercises from Level 2 onwards tend to dissolve mental mass at an accelerating rate. Thus, the exercise is at variance with his compulsion to be surrounded by mass, that is, importance. This is a very real dilemma, and there is only one final solution to it. The being must replace the old mass, that is, importance, with mass of his own creation. In this way he can do the exercises which vanish the unwanted mental mass, without compulsively pulling in around himself further unwanted mental masses to fill the vacuum so produced. In the final instance this is the only way that he will ever let go of his mind. While he is in the frame of mind of needing importances, he will never permit one to vanish, until he is assured that he can easily replace it with another. Early on the being is like a prisoner who has been incarcerated in a cell for all of his life. He has come to believe that he needs the walls of his prison, and if suddenly freed will demand to be locked up once more. Failing this he will rush into the nearest room, slam the door after him, and hide. This mechanism is well known by prison authorities who have to deal with long-term prisoners. It is also one of the hidden benefits of the parole system. Right now you are like such a long-term prisoner regarding your own mental mass. You've come to believe that you need it, and so will pulling around yourself more mental mass, to replace that which the exercises causes to vanish. Thus, we have to repair the importances we vanish, with self-generated importances, or the being will soon get himself into a frightful mess. He will find himself in possession of highly persistent aches and pains, he knows not what of, as well as a host of other unpleasant emotions and sensations. This mechanism, if not understood and allowed for, will sooner or later bring any psychotherapy to a grinding halt. The researcher was thus led to believe that his therapy was of no use, when in fact, it was working all too well. So, the repair of importances. Commands: A. Bring something into existence. B. Have another bring something into existence. A is run over and over until there is no more change. Then B is likewise run. Then A, and then B again, until both produce no more change. The creations should be placed around you 360 degrees spherical. You don't have to do anything with the creations. The act of creation is sufficient. Quality of creation is far secondary to quantity of creation. Abundance is of the essence. They are alternate commands. A. Create something. B. Have another create something. The word create is for many an emotionally charged word, and these people will find the earlier commands easier. They mean the same thing. Third alternative: A. Create an importance. B. Have another create an importance. Many will prefer this set, and should use it. In passing, those who have followed the theory so far will have realized that one sure way to louse a being up is to convince him that he cannot create. Once he is convinced of this lie, he is of course trapped forever, not only in the universe, but in the compulsive playing of games. In the final instance, only his creativity will free him. Thus, the entrappers of this universe basically sing only one song: you cannot create. They don't have to sing any others. This one is quite sufficient to do the trick. It's a mournful dirge, and appears under a myriad of guises. While running repair of importances, it is not necessary to perceive one's creations. The certainty that one has created is sufficient. Lack of perception of those creations is a very poor proof of their non-existence. For example, there are many Chinese stirring their rice pots in Peking right now. The fact that you cannot perceive them doing so is no proof that they aren't there doing it. Early on, many beings find themselves plagued by non-perception screens, which prevent them from perceiving their own creations. As you progress through the levels, you'll become more and more aware of these screens. Finally you'll vanish them, and thereafter, be able to perceive your own creations. Some beings have always been able to perceive their own creations, often in glorious technicolor, and will wonder why I'm making such a fuss about all this. These notes are not for you, but for the being who has got himself backed up hard against a no-perception screen, either one of his own, or someone else's. Refer to Theory section for more detailed info on the subject of screens. There is another class of repair of importances called repair of importances by perception. This is where the being repairs his scarcity of importances by increasing his contact with, and reality of, an existing importance in the present time physical universe. As any solid object has a residual importance postulate within it, we therefore see that a being can repair his scarcity of importance by physically contacting such a solid present time physical universe object. grasping such an object with your hands and feeling its solidity, temperature, texture, etc., will repair importance. Many persons who have difficulty with the creative repair of importances commands will be able to use repair of importances by perception. Any being who can use the creative repair of importances exercises will also be able to use repair of importances by perception, but should use the creative version by preference. Any being who can only use repair of importances by perception early on, should from time to time during the levels, have another go at the creative versions. Sooner or later, one will click, and thereafter should be used in preference to the repair of importances by perception method. The only difference between the two methods is that in the creative version, the being is actually generating the importance. He's got to be able to do this eventually, and the sooner he gets onto it the better. Repair of importances by perception will work all right up to the top of level 4, but level 5, being intensely destructive of mental mass, really does require the creative version to permit its successful completion. The immediate effect of running repair of importances is to de-intensify any compulsive games condition you are currently engaged in, whether with your mind or with life in general. It cools the game. Thus, the exercise is an extremely valuable one for a being to use at any time. It de-intensifies stress of all types, and is infinitely preferable to the taking of drugs for this purpose. Use it. Just before you sink the meat axe into your mother-in-law's skull, pause and run a little repair of importances. You'll find you'll be able to put the axe away. Repair of importances also has this remarkable property. You cannot overrun it. Editor's note. Overrunning means doing a process beyond the point where the purpose of the process has been achieved. It causes ill effects. End note. You cannot overrun repair of importances. Being an entirely natural ability of life, it's quite impossible to harm yourself in any way by running repair of importances. It stops producing change after a while, but further running of it does not produce overrun symptoms. However, repair of importances can be badly underrun when it is required. This is a definite pitfall, and one you should avoid. The main use of repair of importances during the exercises is to act as a lubricant. It keeps things going smoothly. It should be used in generous amounts. It must be used at the following times: A. Between the ending of one exercise and the start of a new one. B. At the end of every session. C. At the beginning of every session. D. During the session, if the going gets rough. For example, if you suffer an intolerable amount of unpleasant sensation. Bluntly, these exercises will not work in the absence of repair of importances. Level 1 is the only exception to this, but as Level 1 is almost entirely perceptual repair of importances, the rule still applies. In the absence of repair of importances, the exercises will very soon grind to a shuddering and rather painful halt. When in doubt, run repair of importances. Whenever you run creative repair of importances in session, always run both commands, to no further change. Do not leave it while it is still producing change. The second command is just as important as the first. Do not leave either, while they are still producing change. The exercise will run down your stock of importances. Use repair of importances to repair it. Thus, although repair of importances is run, to no further change, just the doing of the exercise will make it produce changes once more. Early on your tolerance of loss of importance is very slight, so repair of importances will have to be run frequently. Later your tolerance increases enormously, and you have a much wider latitude in these things. However, never will you be entirely free of the necessity to run repair of importances as an adjunct to the exercises until you've got to the very end of level 5 and achieved nirvana. The test. We are now in a position to determine whether or not you can begin at level 2, or will require to complete level 1. The test is very simple. Just work your way through the list of repair of importances commands. Creative ones first. Give each pair a good run before you move on. You are looking for changes. Any changes. If it produces any change, it's a usable repair of importances command. If none of the creative list produce a change, then up on your hind legs and start getting your paws into contact with the walls and floors and tables in your room right now. Okay, you found one. Good. Now run all the change out of it. I don't care how long it takes. Run all the change out of it. Run it until it's strictly ho-hum. Good. Do you feel better? Fine. You've now topped up your reservoir of importances, and are ready for level 2. Alright, I haven't forgotten you others. Don't tell me nothing happened. It all seems silly, does it? Tell me, did running perceptive repair of importances make you feel a wee bit queasy in your stomach? Touching all those solid objects? It did. Good. Continue with it until you feel relaxed once more. You are up to doing level 2. Just make with the paws on the furnishings for an hour or 2. It will work wonders for you. However, if you don't feel up to it, then go and see a separate therapist who is skilled in level 1 exercises, and let him help you do it. And, finally, those to whom absolutely nothing happened at all during the test. You aren't up to tackling your mind solo right now. Don't try it, it could put you in the hospital. You need level 1. Go see a separate therapist and get it run. But don't let him tinker with your mind until level 1 has been properly run. For even with a separate therapist, tinkering with the mind is not entirely safe for you to do until level 1 has been completed. Not even though he has a sympathetic ear and a nice leather couch for you to rest your bum on. Get level 1 run, and I will see you later, all fixed up and ready to tackle level 2 solo. Oh yes, when level 1 is properly nailed, you will find that one of the repair of importances commands will work for you. Editor's note. Nulling an item, a list, a process, or an exercise, means running it until it is no longer producing change. End of section on repair of importances, and the end of level 1 section.